Hello, everybody. I'm Luna,
I'm Knobbe.
and welcome back to the Staytiny Zone podcast. On today's episode, we are talking about Sasaengs.
Hmm.
And if you don't know what Sasaengs are stalkers. They basically mostly happen, they're Korean fans, so it mostly happens in Korea, and they're mostly women too.
But they're
So,
they're hardcore stalkers.
yeah, so I'm going to give you kind of like a few examples. These do involve other K-pop idols, but they're kind of like the most noticed. Like, you've heard the stories about them, but probably didn't know the proper name for them of like what they are.
Hmm.
So obviously the most noticeable one, me and Kenobi have mentioned this in past episodes, just casually talking, is No Pants Girl. She was in the BTS era, and she would go to the airports. She would stalk BTS, but she never had like any pants on. Don't know why.
Maybe she thought it made her more sexually appealing. That's just kind of embarrassing, in my opinion. Going somewhere with no pants on.
It got to the point where it was so bad that she was blacklisted everywhere. She was blacklisted from the airport. She was blacklisted from concerts, fan signs. She may have also possibly went to jail because as of recently, with K-pop becoming a more bigger genre of music, obviously Korea had to bump up the laws. So they actually do have laws now for stalking. So if they do find you accountable of like stalking, online stalking behavior, stalking in public, just any type of stalking behavior, you will be either imprisoned for 3 years or you will be fined 30 million Korean won, which is $222,638 in American money.
But they mean business. I'd rather
Um,
go to jail for the 3 years because I don't got that kind of money. Now, I'm not saying I'm Mr. Saying. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if I was and I was in that situation, I would do jail.
I don't know. Jail's scary, bro.
Yeah, but would you rather go to jail for longer for not having that money or go to jail for just those 3 years?
I'm sure I could find a way to come up with 22 grand.
Oh, no, you could not, honey.
Girl, I sell my ass or something.
Didn't you say 222? Well, either way, I don't have that kind of money and I don't have a way to get that kind of money. So,
You know what?
good thing I'm not a stalker
Yep.
in Korea.
Mm-hmm. But No Pants Girl was one incident. Another incident involves also BTS as well, because not saying like no other Korean idol does it, but these are kind of like the most noticeable ones, like famous stories. Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning, because what I'm about to say is extremely trigger warning. Back in 2019, roughly around there, maybe a little bit earlier, like 2017, there was a rumor going around saying that Jungkook had a girlfriend that obviously upset a lot of people. So this one girl tried to start a trend by cutting her arms, saying like Jungkook's name and all kinds of other stuff, and uploaded it to social media. And yeah,
I don't remember that.
you don't.
I don't.
Yeah, that was a very big thing.
I tend to stay away from those stories because I don't like giving attention to things more than they already do. So,
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. People are just fucking weird. But another incident before I start talking about the Stray Kids incidents that I have found is, I believe it was No Pants Girl, but it could have been another Sasaeng. But from back when I was a very active army, this girl, they were live and she had found where BTS was staying. I believe they were staying in America, and she had came in while they were doing a live, and you can actually see her on the live like poke her head in and quickly leave.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so there were multiple, kind of incidents that you probably didn't know were Sasaengs, but now you know. We're going to be talking about the Stray Kids incidents, and there's been quite a few. Like, there was this one incident. This girl was very delulu
As we
and
all are.
made her and her friends had made accounts acting as Stray Kids members. It involved all the members, obviously to make it believable, but she lied about being Korean. She lied about working for JYPE. She lied about being related to Jisung. She created this whole entire story saying that she was in a relationship with Chan and that Chan got her pregnant against her will, that they got married, that she had a miscarriage due to stress, and Chan cheated. And with this certain incident, it led to a lot of baby stays, which are new Stray Kids fans that believed it because they were babies. They didn't know any better, and led to them sending a lot of hate to Chan, which is very unfortunate. Like, leave that man alone. He's been through too much.
Leave my homeboy. Leave my homeboy be.
There was another incident, I believe I actually saw a TikTok about this. Sungmin and Jeongin were just walking about like outside in front of the JYPE building, as some of the members do because they, are human.
They go places.
Yeah, they like to walk down to the convenience store and get ramen or boba or smoothies,
Or just live their life.
just live their life as people, because even though that they're celebrities, they're still people. And this girl began to follow them, and they began to run away from her, and she continued to follow them.
Didn't she say in the video or something, or like afterwards saying like, oh, people might think I'm a Sasaeng?
Yeah, people might mistake me as a Sasaeng. No, bitch, you are a Sasaeng because you were out here following Sungmin and Jeongin. You were following the two babies. You're following Baby Bread and you're following the Golden Retriever. Leave them alone, bro.
Leave him be.
There was also too another incident where a lot of Sasangs were finding out where Stray Kids were staying at in the dorms, and were seen on CCTV, breaking in to JYPE and stalking the members at their dorms, finding out where they live,
Mm-hmm.
and just a whole lot of just like, bro, when you're going into JYP Entertainment, their fucking company, there's going to be security cameras. Like, fucking think, you're going to get caught.
I think they know that. I think it's just their wanting to see their idol outweighs all that.
I do know that a lot of the times, like when they do fan signs in other countries, obviously they cannot bring the gifts.
Well, do you
This
know why
is,
they can't take gifts back?
yeah, because one, that's a lot of fucking gifts to take back to Korea. A lot of fun gifts. And two, because the Sangs be putting in cameras
Mm-hmm.
in their gifts and giving them to their biased or whatever, and spying on them.
Yeah.
That's why like a lot of idols now, like, they just don't really take gifts anymore. Like, if it's like a card or like a letter or like fan art, they'll obviously take those because it's literally just a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen a lot of K-pop idols do it. But now we can't even like a lot of strays and just people in general have picked up crocheting as hobbies. Like you can't even knit this motherfucker a fucking plushie of his favorite
Mm-hmm.
animal or like their Esku, you know,
The like little animal that represents
character.
him.
Yeah, their Esku's character because they feared that there's a fucking camera in it. And it's sad that it's at this point where there's just this level of like distrust.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck?
It's just crazy. Like there's stalkers in like America and everything, but because like Koreans and like Korean idols are so close knitted together because they do all these like they tell their fans they love them a whole lot. Like they give into the fact that a lot of the fans want to think that they're dating and stuff like that. They give into that. And so it
Mm-hmm.
causes the fans or Sasaengs to become more delusional than like you or I or just really anyone else because the idols are feeding into that. And so that's
Mm-hmm.
why the stalking is so much worse over there than it is here. Because obviously, there's people that are obsessed with artists or celebrities here, but it's not as prevalent because the artists don't give into it. The idols over there, it's like a thing for them to give into all the fans having so much love for them. They give into that a whole lot and they go
And
off of that.
also too, what I've read in the past, like some of these companies actually have dating bans
Mhm.
because of this certain reason. Like these motherfuckers cannot date people because of Sasaengs. Like there's a quote from Jungkook. He said in his live like a couple weeks ago, I believe. Maybe it's been a while ago, but somebody had asked him like why he made two versions of Seven. Like one is I'm loving you right, the other one is fucking you right. And people are still seeing Jungkook as like this baby that doesn't know about sex. And just like Chan too. Like Stray Kids are currently on a world tour right now and they all have solo stages. And Chan's solo stage, he's talking about giving it to you all day and night. And people are like, oh, he knows about sex? Yes. Yes, this
It's a
man is in his 20s.
it's a common thing, sweetheart.
It is a common thing. Bless your heart. It's a common thing that these idols know about the sex.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart. Like, bless your little heart if you do not think that these idols around here don't know about sex.
Bless your soul.
Bless your soul.
Well, I mean, going off of world tours, a lot of fan sites are Sasaengs.
Yeah,
There's one fan site, I don't remember the name of it, but it was, I think, for Taehyung. I think she was a really famous one, and I think she was a Sasaeng. I can't recall
I
what she was
remember.
called. I don't remember her site was called. If you don't know what a fan site is basically a person who goes to a whole lot of concerts and they go for one specific member and they like film them or photograph them for fans. So they're like a fan site kind of thing.
Now, given these, is that actually some of these companies actually
That's true.
just hire like videographers and stuff like that for that certain reason because they know that every group will always, everybody has their bias.
Hmm.
Like my bias in Stray Kids is obviously Hyunjin and Chan. I mean, I love them all, but my go-tos are Hyunjin and Chan. So they actually hire these people to, film the interactions between, like at concerts, like their fan
Hmm.
cams, everybody can watch their their bias, strictly, whatever. And it's not necessarily like an anti thing, because that also comes up a lot in conversations. Like, if you don't stand all of them or whatever, you're an anti.
Mm-hmm.
That's not necessarily it. It's just everybody kind of has their member that they like and stuff like that. But it got to the point where these fan sites were becoming just so stalkerish and stuff like that,
Right.
that
Like they were doing more than just going to concerts and photographing and videoing,
they were
you know.
mobbing people,
Mm-hmm.
mobbing them at the airport. Like, stray kids were coming back from KCON, I believe. Hyunjin was literally hiding in the corner, trying to hide away from cameras to even just get a lick of privacy,
Yeah.
because they were getting mobbed. And I'm like, this man can't even just like be out in the open waiting for one of the members. I forgot which member went to the bathroom, but going to the bathroom, and you have poor little Hyunjin just standing in the corner with his back facing a wall, with his eyes looking at everybody, making sure that he was, that nobody was coming around, nobody was around him. And it's just honestly so fucking sad that anytime that Stray Kids, ATs, Twice, a lot of them just has to pay attention to their surroundings. And personally, myself, like, the boys are really bad, but honestly, the girl groups have it so much worse when it comes to Sasaengs.
Well, I mean, it's because they're women. Every woman has everything worse.
Yeah, because they're like so sexualized. Not
Mm-hmm.
saying like the men aren't sexualized, but honestly, like, it just breaks my heart. It's honestly fucking crazy how these people are. Like, bitch, take your Delulu pills.
Like I'm delusional every fucking day of my life, but do you see me going to Korea and breaking into Woo-young's dorm and everything? No.
Same with me. I mean, right now, because I'd probably be with her. Should we go into Woo Young's? I'll be going to Yonho's. I've been like, go
Who's
to
Yeonho?
I
Girl,
was I was thinking
you
of
gotta get those
Jungkook.
names right.
I was thinking,
Gosh.
I was thinking of Jungkook because
No, girl, if we were going, you would not go anywhere near Oyoung's store, okay? You
no,
get the fuck away. And not obviously we're not going to. Obviously, this is all banter, okay? No one take any of this fucking seriously.
like,
This is all banter.
if you take any part of this podcast like seriously, of like certain things that we say, just
We can be delusional from afar, okay? We're like
yeah.
thousands of miles away.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, sometimes like I just cry for them, because I just feel so bad. Like, seeing that photo of Hyunjin like really, really like haunts me, because I don't know. It just really, really haunts me. And it's bad that legit Korea had to make a whole fucking
Law.
law.
I know.
I mean, granted, in America, we got those laws, but we live in America, bro.
This is America.
Look at you
Da-da-da-da-da.
slipping up. If you can take any away from these podcasts, is honestly, don't be a sank at all.
I'll be a stalker.
Like, just don't stalk these people. Like, think of it like you love these people, right? You kind of view the fan base, and you view them as like not necessarily a part of your family, but they are a part of your lives. You love them, and just think of like your own family just constantly being stalked
Yeah,
and their lives being in danger,
yeah.
because some of them are so crazy, like they'll legit have weapons. I don't know, but that's kind of like all I got. Because honestly, it's just basic information. Like, when we say stalkers, it basically means like they're following them at the airport, bathroom, dorms, outside, airports, leaking their private schedules. That's one of the big things too. Is like, I don't know how they do it, but they get a hold of these. of their private schedules and know their every move. Yeah,
Well, next episode it's gonna be mainly ATs, so it's your girl talking.
I have been Luna.
I'm Knobbe.
Don't be a fucking stalker. Peace out, bitches.
Bye.